Now we discuss the molar specific heat at constant volume. So here we can rise the temperature of 1 mole of an ideal gas by 1 degree centigrade by keeping the volume is constant. So here we write the definition: the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas by 1 Kelvin while keeping its volume constant. Here we take the container that is full of an ideal gas that have the n mole of ideal gas. It has the fixed piston. If we give the amount of heat to rise in temperature delta T by keeping it volume constant, when volume is constant, then temperature is increased by delta T. Here see we take the n mole of ideal gas. So we can write the formula of the molar specific heat at constant volume that is represented by CV. We give the amount of heat at keeping the volume is constant by increase the temperature of n mole of ideal gas by temperature is delta T. So it also can write as delta QV is equal to NCV delta T. Now we discuss it. Units. Unit of molar specific heat at constant volume is, that formula is delta Q over N delta T. Energy is measured in joule. Number of mole that is represented by MOL. Temperature is Kelvin. So we can write this unit joule per mole per Kelvin. That is the unit of an specific heat capacity at constant volume, and this is the formula when we keeping the volume is constant. Now we discuss the topic that is the molar specific heat capacity at constant pressure. So here we first discuss the definition is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a gas by 1 Kelvin while keeping its pressure constant. To understand this, here we take the container in which the n mole of ideal gas is filled. If we give it delta QP heat to n mole of an ideal gas to rise in temperature delta T by keeping it pressure is constant. When we give the del QP amount of heat to raise in temperature delta T, then increase in temperature, do the work to the piston, move the piston upward. So the piston cover delta X distance by the work done of the n mole of an ideal gas. So here we write it formula molar specific heat at constant volume that is represented by Cp. Amount of heat del Qp is given the n mole of an ideal gas to raise in temperature delta T. We can write it as del Qp is equal to Ncp delta T. Now we discuss it. Unit Cp is equal to del Qp over N delta T. If we give the joule, if we measure the heat in joule, number of moles that is represented by mol, and temperature in Kelvin, so we can write it unit joule per mole per Kelvin. So this is the unit of molar specific heat at constant pressure, and this is the formula. Now prove the relation between Cp and Cv. Cp that show the molar specific heat at constant pressure, and Cv that show the molar specific heat at constant volume. So now we prove that the Cp minus Cv is equal to R, that is the ideal gas constant. Here we take the container that constants of n mole of ideal gas. We give it delta Q heat to raise in temperature delta T by keeping it volume constant. So if we keep the volume constant, we can calculate its molar specific heat at constant volume that is represented by Cv. Here we apply the heat that is represented by VQV because we keep it volume constant. So formula of molar specific heat become delta Q amount of heat given to n mole of an ideal gas to raise in temperature delta T. Here we also take the n mole of an ideal gas. We give it delta Q heat to raise in temperature delta T by keeping it pressure constant. When we keep the pressure constant and delta Q heat is given to a mole of an ideal gas, it increases its volume because the mole of ideal gas exert the pressure on the piston. Due to this, the piston is moved upward by distance delta x. So here the pressure we apply, that is the force, is equal to pressure into area. In this case, the delta Q heat is represented by delta QP because pressure is constant. So formula of the molar specific heat at constant pressure is represented by Cp is equal to delta QP heat. Here we give delta QV heat to 1 mole of an ideal gas raised in temperature delta T. So here we can calculate delta QV heat is equal to NCV delta T. Here the delta QP is equal to NCP delta T. Here we also do the work done W to move the piston upward delta X. So here we calculate the work done. Work done is the force into displacement. So here the force is equal to pressure into area distance that we cover delta X. So work done is equal to, here the area into displacement shows the volume. So it is equal to P into change in volume, that is the work done. So now the from first law of thermodynamics, that is equal to Q is equal to del U plus W. Here is delta Q is equal to del U plus W. Here we pressure is here the heat is provided constant pressure, is heat is provided constant volume. So we calculate delta QV and CV delta T, put in this equation delta U plus work done in this case is equal to 0 because the volume is constant. Where volume is constant, work done is equal to 0. So plus delta U is equal to NCV delta T. Here delta QP is equal to NCP delta T is equal to delta U plus W is equal to P delta V. So we calculate it. This equation this equation is 1 and we name this equation is 2. Put equation 1 in 2, so we get NCP delta T is equal to delta U, that is NCV delta T, put in this equation NCV delta T plus P delta V. So here we know that the PV is equal to nRT. So if the volume is changed, so temperature is also changed. Now put in this equation become here and become minus, it positive here and over here it become minus, and CV delta T is equal to V delta V, that is equal to nR delta T. We common it here and delta T, then Cp and minus Cv is left, nR delta T. Now we cancel out and right side of the equation and left side of the equation, and delta T in left side and right side is also cancel out, so we get Cp minus Cv is equal to R. This is the equation that we prove Cp minus Cv is equal to R. That is our answer.